Hi. As the title says, my house has been growing hair. But before anyone makes a gross or smart comment about what kind of hair my house is growing, please let me elaborate. I need advice. About 3 weeks ago, I got a promotion at my job. It wasn't all great, as I had to move out of the city to a small town where I didn't know anybody. Just me, my pet cat, and crippling student loans that this new job would hopefully help pay off in half the time. My job gave me a few choices of housing payment free. The first choice was a dilapidated studio apartment above a busy dive bar that would make a crack house blush. A sprawling 8-bedroom farmhouse about an hour drive either way in and out of town, and I could in no way keep up myself. And lastly, my current residence. A nice, cozy, slight fixer-upper of a 2-story house at the end of a cul-de-sac. There were only 6 houses on my block, including myself, and 4 of which were unoccupied as the city was tearing down the rest to make townhouses in an attempt to bolster the city's dwindling population. The town had a rep as a sleepy retirement town where one sort of goes to die, I guess. Well, as many of the folks were passing on, I guess they thought it was time to change all that. My new house had the honor of being some historic landmark where a war hero resided in years past. For being what was such a special residence, I had a heck of a time digging up just about anything on the guy who lived here before me. All I could find were some clippings about him returning from Vietnam with 118 confirmed kills and many medals I didn't know the meaning behind. Now it was just me and Biggs, my tubby Siamese cat. The first night in the house was completely normal. The scariest thing being the leaky faucet emanating a monotonous drip, drip, drip I would have to fix among loose floorboards and other small annoying defects. The weirdness would begin the following morning. I got up at 7 a.m. to find my kettle and grab a jar of instant coffee from one of the many unmarked boxes in my living room. I know, I'm an unorganized mover, when in one of the boxes, I found a busted up, burnt and beat eyeless baby doll that looked like it was being held together by sheer willpower. Weird, I remember thinking. Must have belonged to my sister. When the thing's head started to spin around and it began to chant some lullaby in a dialect I was unfamiliar with. At the time, I just thought the thing was busted. I didn't even pay half a mind when I threw the thing out about a dozen times, and it somehow always found its way back. Between my new job and the other oddities that needed to be dealt with around the house, which brings us to the sneezing fireplace. I moved to my house in late September, and the temperature was falling fast. Luckily for me, I had an open brick fireplace in the basement with a wood pile next to it ready for use. I built my first fire and began warming my hands up when it blew out towards me with a chew. "Excuse me?" I asked, agitated. I built a couple more fires, the third being the most successful, but the flames danced and formed into a movie? It's hard to explain, but the embers changed and danced into show what looked like the massacre of a foreign village with one man leading the charge, lobbing grenades into houses and slaughtering whole families. So yeah, my fireplace is broken too. I went upstairs and started Googling local repair companies, as this was far out of my wheelhouse when Biggs poked his head around the corner of the kitchen and started mewing next to his food bowl. "Hey buddy, you hungry?" I asked. Biggs turned to look at me before rising to his hind legs and bellowing in a voice 3 octaves too deep for him, "Leave now or pay with your life," before walking away, bipedal. That really scared me. I knew Biggs was behind on his shots, but I didn't think anything this serious would come of it. If this led to fleas on top of everything else, I didn't know what I would do. I called the vet and made Biggs an appointment for the first thing in the morning. So I had been living at the house for about a month now and trying to patch up what little things I could, like the aforementioned leaky faucet and loose floorboards when in my bedroom. Under one of the boards I missed, I found a shoebox with old Polaroids of the front of the house with a man and 17 Vietnamese children standing in front of it. I recognized this guy as the old owner of the house, and dang, 17 kids? Got around. I just put the shoebox in my closet and forgot about it. I bet many of you are probably wondering how my new job was going, and you wouldn't believe it, but working in sales for a company that produces cardboard boxes was actually pretty fun. In fact, I'm kind of the office comedian. Once I changed the lunchroom sign to say brunch room. Sorry guys, turkey sandwich. Oh no, this is the brunch room. Come back when you have a soft-boiled egg and toast or something. Needless to say, I made plenty of friends off the bat and decided it was time to throw a little house party. The only problem was that now my house had decided to start growing hair in the living room. It started out as little pointy dark hairs that looked like something that would grow out of the mole on your face, but slowly, gradually to wiggly eyelash-like hairs. I tried cutting them, but they were too strong, and I broke a pair of good kitchen scissors on them. So I'll admit, I got a little dramatic, and I took a sledgehammer to the wall. What I did not expect were the dozens of bones that spilled out from behind it. Now, I have a hairy living room, a crying baby doll, a talking cat, and a fireplace that plays old war movies. Guys, if you know anybody that can fix even one of my problems by next Saturday, please, please, please let me know. I'm in the Lower East End of Maryland and throwing my party in a hairless, doll-free house, which would mean the world to me. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for listening to this narration. I just wanted to give a quick thank you to all of my patrons who are subscribed over at my Patreon. We have a great big thank you from me to you, Alonzo, Kozak, Icy Narrates, Jesse Hartley, Andreas Anderson London, and Geek Sanctuary. Thank you guys so, so much for supporting me. If you would like to support too, just check out the links in my description. And thank you again for listening. I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.